We're waiting.
Oh, that's trying to press no, I don't want that.
We're standing by as we're getting out there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the VOW Wrestling Podcast. And we are here. We are live. We are large. We are in charge. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the VOW Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Big Time BT Bald, along with my tag team partner, the man with the mind of many. No, that didn't make sense, but he's got a great mind, or at least he thinks or he dreams of. Here is the one, the only.
Paulus Clark.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. The question is, I don't know. Oh, there's a live chat. Does this where the live chat come up? Can somebody? Yeah. Anywho, so that's the live chat. I've got the live chat up so you can talk to us there. And
come talk to me.
We are ready to roll, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight was NXT Takeover 31, and it took place in the brand new Capitol Wrestling Center, the CWC, and it was amazing. It was really looking good. The way they set up the TVs on high and then had a crowd behind, not just the plexiglass, but plexiglass covered it in a chain link fence, which really gave it this grungy, independent scene feel vibe. It really made me excited to be there and ready to watch this. But it was a great setup. The Capitol Wrestling Center is a throwback to Vince Sr. and his Capitol Wrestling Federation out of Washington, D.C. So it was really cool to see this connection, this throwback, and the representing of the former Performance Center, which will now be known, at least for now, as the Capitol Wrestling Center.
Yes, sir. That's what we got going on. And, yeah. I really don't know what more to add to that.
So we welcome you to the stream. We were going to review this show, and then we do hope that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications so you always know when we go live or new videos are posted, and finally, give us a big thumbs up. And if you're with us tonight, you can definitely go ahead and live chat. We have that up, so we're going to pay attention to anybody who might pop in and have any comments, questions, concerns, or any other wrestling-related topics. But tonight was NXT TakeOver 31. We had Santos Escobar, I cannot pronounce his name, so forgive me, versus your favorite guy,
Isaiah Swerve Scott.
And so we had that match that came down, and then we also had Kushida versus the Velveteen Dream. And then we had Io Shirai defending the women's NXT Championship against Candice LeRae, with the storyline being the Gargano Way. So did the Gargano Way work out? We will discuss that. And then we had the North American Championship on the line as Damian Priest defended his title against Johnny Gargano, continuing the storyline of the Gargano Way. And then we had the main match, the main event, the match of the night. The NXT champion Finn Balor taking on Kyle O'Reilly.
O'Reilly, Wrestle Man.
Let me get over here and find my information that I wrote down, because I did write down some stuff. I probably didn't sound good there, but I wrote down how the matches kind of fell so we can stay into some type of order. And let's see, can we get our beautiful faces on the phone? On the phone. We're not on the phone, we're on a camera. Isn't that great? Ladies and gentlemen, it's me. It's the Big Time BT Baldwin. It's him, it's Paulus Clark, the one, the only, the legend himself. And if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Oh, I almost said something that would have been hilarious, but it'd only be funny if she was watching. Legend himself, if your name is Jenny. No? Bad joke?
Well, no, actually, I wouldn't be able to follow.
Oh, okay. It was a bad joke.
Gotcha.
Anywho, we have Kayla here saying, hey, hi, hello, welcome to the party. It's me, it's him, and we're here. So tonight we had we had Vic Joseph, Beth Phoenix, and Wade Barrett on commentary, and we're live now from the new Capitol Wrestling Center, which was formerly
known as the Performance Center.
Yes, they've redone it. They did a remarkable job. Like I said, they put the big TV screens up high above the crowd, then they put the barriers up, put a crowd. I don't know if it was all NXT extras, WWE extras, or what. But they had them around the ring. They had the plexiglass up, of course, but then they had the chain link fence over it. So it gave it a really nice, grungy, independent scene looking. It felt different. It felt nice. I love the look of it.
Yeah. I mean, it looked great. WWE Productions at its finest. And finally doing something different is the mid part, to separate it from the main roster.
And this is true. So, we started off with a match. It was the North American Championship match to start the show. Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano. And the story for this match was mostly the Gargano way. It was talked about the Gargano way. We've known over the last several weeks that Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano have been sold as the power couple of NXT. And this is going to be the night to... I don't know the right word, like a coronation, or this was going to be the moment that they finally stood as the power couple of NXT.
That's the way it was definitely built.
So it was a shocking surprise when Damian Priest finished off guarding Johnny Gargano. Very good match, very much back and forth. It was a great match. The Gargano, I love Johnny Gargano. I mean, his facial expressions when you get them, he knows how to hit them and just knows how to make you buy into what he does. Johnny Gargano is just amazing, not just in his creative ways, but his wrestling skills are just always on point. He's always there, and it was a great match.
You mean Daniel Bryan Jr.?
Daniel Bryan Jr. Maybe.
Well, I mean, to me, he feels like the second coming of Daniel Bryan in many ways, pertaining to his in-ring product.
Yes. No, he's definitely a great talent. I don't know where you go with him from here, or what's next for him. That's what you kind of like sit here going.
That's the magic of the pin.
Well, I think right now he'd be a great contender for the NXT title. I think if you give NXT championship to Johnny Gargano and the NXT Women's Champion
to Candice
LeRae, you might have something to really build around for a little while. But we'll see. Johnny Gargano was pinned clean 1-2-3 by Damian Priest. Damian Priest continues his reign as the North American Championship, and we will see what is next. And like I said, it didn't go the way I thought it would, but it is what it is, and so we still have a North American Championship, and so moving on. The next match was Kushida versus Velveteen Dream, and I'll tell you right now, I'm not a big fan of Velveteen Dream. I'm not Patrick Clark. I'm not a big fan of, period, personal reasons. But tonight, Kushida, as you said, is formerly a part of a tag team called
the Time Splitters.
And so he's been known to come out in the Marty McFly jacket from Back to the Future. So,
because that tag team was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, they even had one instance in NXT where they brought him back, I think, like once or twice.
Oh, that's cool. I must have missed those. But anyway, so Kushida's wearing that jacket. He wore the jacket tonight. So there's this Back to the Future reference. Well, Velveteen Dream decided to come down looking Doc Brown-esque. He had his hair all white and wigged out, and he had yellow gloves with radiation emblems on it, and.
But you know what? Something I noticed. If you looked at his face, it almost looked like he was trying to do a little bit of white face, like just the way his makeup was.
I don't know if you. I don't know.
I'm saying it. I'll take responsibility for it. These are my words. This is my opinion. And so I was like, if we have all this thing about blackface, why are we trying to put white face on? Just saying.
I don't know. It looked bad. To me, it looked bad. His.
And that's my point ultimately. It did look bad.
His whole wrestling style looked bad tonight. I don't know what's up with Velveteen Dream. A while there, he was okay. Like, I'll give him his props. His character had something to it. But ever since he's come back from this last round and all the troubles that came out of it, whether he's innocent, not innocent, whatever it is, because, I mean, we've never really gotten a source that says one way or another. It doesn't really matter pertaining to what we're talking about. And don't really want to get into that discussion, per se, but since he's come back, I've just not been like a fan of Velveteen Dream. I mean, again, I've never really liked Velveteen Dream. I don't like Patrick Clark. It's just, that goes back to Tough Enough and his attitude towards wrestling. He just rubbed me the wrong way. But tonight was just, Kushida wins with the submission. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Velveteen Dream looked like a joke. He looked like he was over trying, like he was trying to be like it's Shawn Michaels and flailing all over the place. And he can be really good about his facial expressions and his character. He's not that great of a wrestler. He's a decent wrestler. He can play a great mid-carder. He can play a great jobber. He can fill that role to get the next person over. But anything other than that, I don't buy into it. I've just lost total faith in the ability for him to do anything.
A lot of his antics is what got him over. I just, like you, I don't see him anywhere towards the main event. He's serviceable as a mid-card guy. That's why he was okay, as the North American champion. But since he's come back, he just hasn't brought any of his magic back. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But he lost to the submission by Kushida, and that's how that goes down. A decent match, not one of the better matches of the night. Kushida definitely showed that vicious side, felt a little more alive, a little more like, yeah, he had something to fight for. He was definitely doing it, but I don't know if Velveteen Dream wasn't there, if he was just trying to be over dramatic and trying to do, look at me. I don't know. It was just bad.
But then even after the match, after Kushida won, he still was beating his rear.
Oh yeah, no, Kushida got his got what he needed out of beating the smack out of Velveteen Dream there.
So it actually kind of goes against the stereotype. Don't mess with a short Asian.
You had to get that in there, didn't you? You just had to poignantly figure a way to talk about short Asians in a way. Not anything personal, right?
No, never.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't talk about my half Indonesian side or anything.
Half Indonesian, yes. No, I mean, there's no half short Asian here, right?
No 5'6" Asian here. Mm-mm.
I could call somebody, we can find out, but we won't go there. Never mind. We'll stop right there. Pump the brakes. Anywho, welcome to the Value of Wrestling. We have another guest in here watching us live. Chat's definitely open. We are looking at it, so if you want to say anything in the chat, go ahead and drop a chat, drop a like, drop a comment, no. Do not go there. We're not dropping deuces. None on this show. Okay, good.
I was going to say drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Anyways, then we got into the Cruiserweight title match. Santos Escobar versus your favorite wrestler of the modern era, Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Isaiah Swerve Scott. There you go.
Oh, it looks like our other buddy left us, but that's cool. Anyways, yeah, so Isaiah Swerve Scott. And why is Isaiah Swerve Scott your favorite guy? You just love to say his name. Say my name. Say his name.
Oh, boy.
We have fun right here, really. If you would join us in the chat. We have fun. We love to joke around and have a good time. And that's what this is all about. The value of wrestling. We want to bring you the very best value of professional wrestling. We love to do our reviews. We love to talk wrestling. We've loved to talk wrestling for over 20 years. But we love you to join in, and we love making jokes and poking fun of each other. We've been doing it for 20 years, 25 years, whatever it's been. If we go all the way back to 1990-something. But anywho. So, Santos Escobar, I want to say Santino, you know. You said the Santos Escobar. Why can't he just go back to being El Fantasma? El Fantasmo? Fantasmo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So anyways, El Fantasmo, Santos Escobar, he comes out in a great, he comes out in the sabrar, very dressed very nicely, the mask.
Very traditional.
Yes, I like the look. He feels somewhat of a better version of Alberto Del Rio to me, which is good, not a bad thing. I hope it works out. But in the end, the Cruiserweight Championship stays with Escobar as he wins this match.
Yeah.
And your boy lost.
Ain't my boy. Mm-mm.
Isaiah Swerve Scott. I mean, that's your boy. You said his name many, many times tonight.
Now, if we were talking about Kill Shot back at Lucha Underground, that'd be one thing.
Yeah.
But not this WWE run.
So, from there we move on to the Women's Championship match, the Women's NXT Championship match. Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. And
I'm surprised her moniker isn't like the Fairy Queen or something. Because she has been coming down with wings for the last few times that I've seen.
Well, they did have Pixie something on the background.
In
something.
Like the
Pixie.
Yeah, it was something like the Poison Bite Pixie or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know if I missed that or got it. But Candice LeRae and Io Shirai had a great match. Again, we were being told the Gargano way. Unfortunately, the Gargano way didn't work for Johnny Gargano, so it was kind of hard for me to bite into the apple when they're selling, oh, we're going to do it the Gargano way. It's kind of like you're selling me the Gargano way, but it didn't work for Johnny Gargano, so why is the Gargano way going to work for Candice LeRae? And this was a good match. This was back and forth. They kept going at it. At one point, they were on the ropes, and Candice LeRae turned like this and knocked the ref out to make it look unintentional, which was great. And then Io Shirai went up and did some flip and then knocked the ref out. And so then Johnny Gargano came running down in a referee's shirt and tried to help his wife get the pin. That didn't work. Then he went outside, got the title, was bringing it back in. The referee came back in and he goes, who are you? What are you doing? Wait a minute. so it was very funny. And then he goes, "Give me my shirt back." The ref's like, "You stole my shirt." I'm like, "I thought it was just a ref shirt. Why was it his shirt?"
Well, first of all, it's like he was already wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
So how is he? It's not like he took it off his back or anything.
No, it's not like he did the Bailey Sasha match where Bailey literally took the shirt off the ref's back and put it on herself. So I don't know why he was sitting there going, "Give me my shirt back." Kayla says she could not get into the first match. You couldn't get into the Gargano Damian Priest match?
No,
I couldn't get into that match. Oh, the Candice LeRae Io Shirai match. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. Somewhere in there she butted in and I missed that whole comment. Well, you didn't butt in. My bad. Bad choice of words. I just go with what's on my mind. Don't take it personal. I'm me. I'm me.
I was like, she butted in. What? She backing that rear up? What are we talking about?
That's a different story for a different time and place.
There.
When you have your camera, I think. If we're all in agreement. Oh, never mind. We are live. I forget some things don't need to be out there. Woo!
Then again, I am on certain websites that I advertise if anyone's interested in.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can look up Mr. Paulus Clark on Fans Only.
Oh, that is true. But actually, under that actual name, too. It's under Paulus Clark.
Now, you will never see the Value Wrestling on Fans Only because we're not doing a tag team on that scene. Mid-cards, nope, nothing there. Mid-card, nothing there. What? You've got to give me more than mid-card, question mark, nothing there. I mean, that's hard to follow because you said that you couldn't get into the match, which I don't know which match you were talking about. I'm assuming since you love Candice LeRae, you're probably talking about the Escobar Isaiah Swerve Scott match.
Will that dude ever swerve someone just so we can understand why he has that nickname, that moniker?
Oh, I thought he was just swerving, you know?
Mm. So just another way to say cruiserweight? Slick?
I don't know. And then his buddy, who was his buddy that came down and helped him? We forgot all about that. That guy came out and helped him.
He had an interview later in the card.
Well, yeah, because he came out and said something about, what did he say? The Hammer, he was bringing back Greg the Hammer Valentine.
No, he said something about the Hammer. Didn't say anything about Greg Valentine.
He said something about the Hammer and something else and some weird
something Adonis. I can't remember his first name.
Something with he tried to rap this line promo. I don't know. It was bad. I was like, what is this? This is straight doo-doo to me. But the Io Shirai Candice LeRae match was great. Johnny Gargano came down. The referee then was like, "Hey, give me my shirt back." And I'm kind of like going, but that he just kind of found that shirt. They went back and forth. In the end, Io Shirai retains the title. So the Gargano way doesn't work for anybody. So the Gargano way doesn't work for Johnny, doesn't work for Candice LeRae, and will not work for you. Maybe. I mean, you can try the Gargano way. I can't really tell you what the Gargano way is. Nobody ever told me what the Gargano way is. They just said, do it the Gargano way.
Let's get it.
Get it. So it was a good match. I went back and forth in the end. Laugh out loud. Cool. That doesn't help me.
They say content is king, so is actually knowing what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're all over the place. We're 17 minutes into this. That's not too bad. We're almost done. Of course, this was a short pay-per-view, which is fine. I think we're also on a lag over there, too, which is making it hurt. We're like 10 seconds faster live than we are actually feeding out live, which I'm sure is a YouTube thing and their algorithm.
That's not surprising.
So, I got people coming in.
What kind of people? Do you have people? Do my people call your people? What?
Well, here's a magic question. If you have people, are they single people? Not like, are they one person, but are they single? Like, they're not dating anybody. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the fabulous, beautiful, intelligent. Don't go there looking at me because I called you beautiful. Take it as a compliment. Damn it. Just because back in high school things got a little weird doesn't mean because I call you beautiful as an adult means you gotta be like, what? Or are you just mad because I'm pimping you out live on the internet?
I just don't know if I'm that offended.
You're offended.
Offended.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Alberto. That was like a while ago. I said Alberto Del Rio. Are we talking about Alberto Del Rio? Does he make you cringe or vomit? I guess it's a vomit emoji.
Yeah, it could be either.
I already made Paige violently ill at one point, but that's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story we're staying off of.
I love Candice. Hee-ha. So what are these people that you have coming in? I'm confused. Now we got to Alberto, the Kansas. It's. Anyways, the main event match. We are 20 minutes into this thing. I'm trying to get it to at least kind of go a little bit here because I know it's a quick pay-per-view. But anyways, Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly. One of the best matches in a long time. Great match.
And one of the most technical matches in a while.
Yes. The back and forth was amazing. The false finishes worked here. They worked over each other in a great match. The back and forth. You didn't know who was going to. You really didn't know. Didn't know who was going to win. It was a hard story to tell. I mean, I would have predicted Finn Balor just because he won the title. This was his first event, and nothing against Kyle O'Reilly, the wrestler, but the character in NXT. He just hasn't been presented in a main event spotlight that I would have felt like he was going to win this match. But he really did do what he needed to do tonight to get him to be like, hey, he could have been. He's
definitely in the conversation now.
He came within an eyelash. Whatever it is Jim Ross would have said. He would have said something smart and intelligent about. He came within an eyelash and a teardrop of winning the title. And he did. It made no sense.
Okay, moving on.
That's exactly true. It made no sense let that happen right there. I don't know. I think the bad thing's the feed's slow. So, they're hearing me. Good job. All right. The chat makes it a little difficult, I guess. Maybe it's cool, maybe it's not. But anyways, in the end, Finn Balor beats Kyle O'Reilly. Great match. Finn Balor helps Kyle O'Reilly to his feet. We get the moment of respect between the two stars who just put on a clinic. I think they went in about 20, 25 minutes. I mean, they went a good long match. It was a great match. I have nothing negative to say about it. It was
I would even call it WrestleMania worthy.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely NXT Takeover worthy. But WrestleMania definitely would have been a good quality match. I mean, these two guys gave everything they had out there. And it was amazing. Busted. You can't just... busted what? Who's busted? Busted for what? Now I'm interested. Anyways, so Finn Balor beats Kyle O'Reilly. We got the moment of respect afterwards. Everything was good. And then we had Ridge Holland carrying... Adam Cole on his shoulder. He dumped him over the barrier and onto the mat below. Kyle O'Reilly slid out of the ring to check on Adam Cole. And out of nowhere, Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish came running down going, what happened? What's going on here? What's going on? What? So I don't know if that's... I don't know. To me, it kind of seemed a little weird the way they were embellishing. We need medics down here. And they just kind of came flying out of there all caught off guard. Maybe it's just me speculating on the rumors that they're going to break up Undisputed Era. But it did seem like they were both in the end. But then again, maybe it's just they care and it was just bad acting. I'm never going to say wrestlers are always great actors. There's a few. Dwayne Johnson. There we go. I was going to call him Rocky Johnson.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. Rock? No, that's what most women said. Ha ha ha. You got to keep up with the comments. I'm commenting as y'all are talking about different matches. Yes. Well, see, you're behind us because there's a 10-second delay in the YouTube world. So what I'm reading live right here, right now, and what you're commenting has a delay in it. So when I'm being able to see your comments, it's talking about something that happened over there. Yes, and we're somewhere else, so that's why it's slightly confusing. I thought you said there was more people, and there's two people coming in. But anyways, so Ridge Holland drops him over. We get that, and NXT Takeover 31 closes out, and we had another great NXT 31, or an NXT Takeover, another great one. And now we also know the great news of the night. Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen, is coming back. Yeah. NXT Halloween Havoc in late October. I forget the date offhand. But it's coming, so that'll be next great thing to watch.
So you're like, MVP, I'm coming!
No, he just needs to stay in the Hurt Business and not coming. Now, certain things are certain ways. Never mind. This is not the appropriate time or appropriate place for that conversation, if you know what I mean. So, that was NXT 31 TakeOver. And that's it. I mean, that's the story there. There's not much more. Great takeover, great event. The Capitol Wrestling Center looks amazing, so much better than the Thunderdome. I felt it. It was a great experience. It's one of the best pay-per-views in a long time now. It was great to see something good come out of WWE that I don't have to feel like I got to complain about. Everybody had a great match. Everything looked good. It looked good.
Yeah.
So, everybody's asking the question, right? Where's the United Wrestling Network Primetime Live Review Show for Episode 3?
Who is this everybody?
It's people, and I'm people. Stealing a line from Grimm. Big time lagging. I'm not lagging. You lagging. Jeez, tell me I'm lagging. Big time lagging. Don't use the big time moniker unless you're me. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the United Wrestling Network's Primetime Live Episode 3 happened last Tuesday. And life happens. Unfortunately, things have just been hectic, back and forth, and busy. And we can wrap it up in this. It was a better show than the previous two shows.
For sure.
At least the mid-carders were... it was a better mid-card, low-end card, the opening card. The matches were shorter, which made it easier to watch and digest. And the action was a little more paced, and you kind of got some identification. And the commentators were really selling the wrestlers for this time. Like, they were talking more about who was who and what they're doing, except in the main event.
Yeah, that was my only comment there. They did for every match except for the main event.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to go back and watch NWA Power to understand what's happening. When you could do this in video packages, or have the commentators actually do their job and put people over, tell the stories.
Yes. No, it would have been better in that sense if they would have done that all the way through. But the lower end card was great. The main event was trash, I think. I mean, they did a great storytelling, but I mean, I don't know what is up with Aaron Stevens.
Because to understand his current character, you would have had to watch NWA Power, because the commentators did not put him over the way he should have been. His mentor, the question mark, was not there. So I mean, like, there's just all these storyline inconsistencies for you to understand what this match was really about outside of the obvious, the NWA national title.
Yes.
So I mean, like, of course, if you're just like, this is the first time you're seeing these guys in this context, you don't understand a damn thing that's going on.
No, it was a mess because it was very confusing in that center. And then Trevor Murdoch looked blown up partway through. I mean, he got blown up pretty quick. So it was kind of disappointing because it got a little slow and just kind of... They were both tired, and you could tell they were tired, and they were trying to go for a long... I think it was like a 15, 20-minute match. It was a long match.
Like
it was a long match for both of them to go, and it didn't work, didn't sell. And then Trevor Murdoch is now your new national champion. And then he gave his promo afterwards, and it's like, I did it, Daddy! And I'm like going, oh, God. I guess for me, part of it is Trevor Murdoch in WWE. Back in the day was his heel. Dirty Dick Murdoch coming off of that stuff. But this one, it just didn't do anything for me. Like, I was just like, I didn't feel like there was anything to be invested in. I didn't feel like, why did Trevor Murdoch win the title? I don't really like Aaron Stevens' character at the moment. It's just all over the place. I feel like right now it's like a modern era of DDP where he's trying to take all the gimmicks he's done and put them into this one thing, along with this Moga.
You lost me.
His karate, wherever it's from.
Mongrovian karate.
Yes, Monrovia.
Mongrovian.
See, all these real places. They want to make up some fake place to make me all confused. Mogadishu, Mogavai, Moldavia, Mogadishu, Moga, I don't know.
Mongrovian.
You know what? Know your role.
How about you just shut your mouth? Cat or dog?
I think that's a dog shrieking its toy. It was just weird to hear that sound all of a sudden. Anywho, know your role, shut your mouth, you Rudy Poo candied ass. And that's the bottom line because the big time said so. How do you like them apples, Pooch?
Well, first of all, how do you know my ass is candy? Would you like to taste?
Well, see, I know people that know people that know people that tell me things that I don't want to know.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah, that's what she said. I mean, that's a fact. Who is she?
You'll never know.
Well, Welcome to the Value Wrestling Podcast. Well, you gotta love it here. This is the first time we're just going live and just kind of shooting off the cuff here. We did the review here of NXT Takeover 31. And we basically went over the United Wrestling Network's Primetime Love episode 3 as best as we could. It's not a whole lot to write about. I don't think we could really sit here and give you like a full episode of 30 minutes at least, minimum,
no.
for our podcast. So that's why I'm kind of bringing it here. We are going to.
And the only thing of note was the main event.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we did say the undercard was better.
Better.
But again, it's like it's not worth putting the whole podcast together.
Better. But this is true. So it was better in that instance, but everything else was. I mean, the main event was just kind of And yes, we will choke down the final episode.
One more
of what we agreed to do. After that, if we can figure out how to watch these shows in some form or manner that's not going to cost us money, because we're not going to pay for this stuff. Neither of us want to do that because we just don't think it's worth the value in that essence. We will try to watch some more and tell you what's going on.
Actually, first of all, let us know if you want us to continue. Because I mean, if you don't care to hear about it, why should we put the work in?
Exactly. And that's true. It's true. It's damn true.
Yeah.
So that's what we have here. Kayla was supposed to bring us more people coming in. She said, I got people coming in. I don't know where they're coming into.
I'm assuming she meant like.
I was hoping she.
I
was hoping she meant into the chat, into the live feed, but nobody showed up. Oh, we got messages.
Oops,
sorry. It's lagging bad. I can't fix the lag. I don't know. That shouldn't be an issue on this end.
I think it's just a natural lag between just streaming live between this laptop and.
Yeah. No.
And the way YouTube is set up, I don't think it's anything anyone can really do much about.
No, and I don't know if it's lagging, or if it's just you're feeling like, because there is a 10-second difference from what we're talking about live, what we're talking about right here, and then what's coming up on the feed on YouTube. Because we can see the YouTube feed, and I can see that it's 10 seconds behind. Let alone my timer over here tells me 32:04 on the live feed, and it's 31:59 now on the YouTube side of things. So that might be part of the lag. Otherwise, I'm not getting any issues with lag. I'm not even seeing us lagging there, other than the difference in live and what we're doing. So, because we're watching it just as much. I mean, here.
Exactly. Thing is, when you make a comment, give us the context so we can help, guide that conversation.
Yes, that's the other thing. Because you are on a 10-second time delay. Let's see, and then I can go in here and let's. Why does it bring Pro Wrestling Inside and Out when I'm looking for us? This should be it right
They
here.
don't like us.
No, that's not it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't.
And even that's behind.
Well, I mean, we're still here.
I mean, I understand that.
But I don't see anything. I don't see anything lagging for what I'm seeing. Anywho.
Because here's the thing, like when I'm logged into live things between my phone and between my computer, there's also a difference in time.
Oh, yeah. So, I guess it's another question for anybody who watches this now live with us or watches us later. Is there any content that you think we should be talking about? Is there anything we should be discussing? I know we won't be discussing certain things. I'm not going to get big into the speaking out movement unless it's necessary. I know Jack Gallagher came out and finally said his piece. Cool, great. I don't know all the details or to report on that story. It's not essential.
It's not essential to the show. It's not essential to anything that we have any real insight to anyways.
So we're definitely happy. AEW was decent this week. Raw and SmackDown were nah. We have the Aaliyah Buddy Murphy story coming on. Who's Aaliyah Mysterio's daddy in real life? They did continue the Roman Reigns Jey Uso storyline, so we're continuing with that. So we're gonna probably, from my understanding, we're gonna see them in Hell in a Cell. We're also supposed to see Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre in Hell in a Cell. Both titles on the line, so we'll see where those go. They continue the story with The Fiend and Alexa Bliss. Bliss.
You can tell they are united now.
Yes, they did this moment of I don't know. I really think, for me in that moment, I don't know where they're going to go with it, but it felt like they shifted power. Like I feel like Alexa Bliss almost became the more powerful, and she in all that, it looked like she was taming the beast, and she was the one that was like, because he was constantly staring at her, and she made more faces. So I don't know if they're like trying to shift a focus to make Alexa Bliss look like the manager, or the thing that calms the Fiend, or she just looked like she got inserted to the power.
See, I look at it more as a leveling out of power.
Yeah, maybe they met and greeted in the ring, and they had a moment. The Fiend really didn't give a whole lot of reaction, but I guess he's fine mask, so you can't really tell. But Alexa Bliss was all like, she was more giddy than a kid in candy stores. So, or somebody on their wedding day. But we won't get into that one.
And now that.
Chapping out. Anyways, so that's what we have. I know Impact, nothing big happened on Impact. Rod Van Dam, I guess, is in works to come back to WWE in some form, or working on a project with WWE in some form or another. Yeah, there was a story that he's no longer under Impact contract.
Him and Katie Forbes are no longer with Impact.
Yes, and I heard that he's working on a project with WWE. There was new rumors and speculation, and again, take this with a grain of salt, which is the famous IWC catchphrase. Take this with a grain of salt, but something about the Hall of Fame too. But that's only with a grain of salt. But there's a project that Rob Van Dam is supposedly working on with the WWE. Will we see him back in the WWE? Who knows? I guess we have to wait and see. We'll report on that as more information comes up.
I would be okay with the Hall of Fame induction, but anything in ring is like, I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't like this last TNA run where he was like, I'm like, he's aged bad. Unfortunately, sadly. But hey, it is life, and it is what it is. Anywho, we're about 40 minutes into this. We've gone over the review for the NXT Takeover 31. We talked about the United Wrestling Network's Primetime Live special. We didn't talk about...
Not in depth, but enough to get the point.
Yeah, we didn't talk about, all the other things. I guess the Watts and who? Somebody's tagging up next week with Watts.
With the Pope.
Yeah, it's the Pope and Watts versus people I forget their names already. I don't have my cheat sheets.
Yeah.
Watts and Pope. And I was like, and David Pope's still out there somewhere. I thought he quit wrestling or something because I hadn't heard about him in forever.
I mean, he was in the NWA Power, but not as a wrestler. He was more of a manager role.
Yeah. Or should I say, for you WWE fans, Elijah Burke.
Yeah.
So it's true. Anyways, I'm not getting any more comments. I'm not getting any more statements. If you've enjoyed this, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up so we know we're doing right. If you're watching this now or if you watch this later, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's a great help and great importance to hit that subscribe button. It helps us grow as a channel and helps us get our content out there. The more people subscribe, the more viewers we get, the better chances that our posts and our podcasts are going to get noticed by more and more people. So it is very important for you to help us with that subscribe button. Ring that bell.
You can ring that bell for notification.
And that'll allow you to know when we come live or post another video. So if you'll help us with that, we'll continue doing what we're doing right here.
And also, the more people we have subscribed, the more we know what kind of content you want, so we can give you what you want. How do you want it? How do you feel?
Because as you can see, we are growing slowly, and I'm going to lighten up the way. And now he's got a glow, but we are working greatly to add to our mini studio here. We have some new lighting. As you can see, we have a new mic here for Mr. Clark. So we're working on getting better features, better stuff. We're hoping maybe at some point to get a green screen. We know this isn't really a wrestling-related background, but it's the background we have for right now. So if there's anything you can think of, too, we're happy to open the suggestions. You can always leave a comment right down below, and we will look over them. But the big thing is we need more subscribers. We need you to get the word, the name of mouth out there, because this is the Value of Wrestling podcast on the Big Time BT Baldwin.
I'm Carlos Clark.
We thank you for joining us for this live podcast after NXT TakeOver 31. We hope to hear from you more. And stay tuned. We will have another video at some point, and hopefully soon. But we're happy tonight with NXT TakeOver 31. Very happy, very great show. Very well thought out. There's not a whole lot to go into details. We're not going to do one of these 1 hour, 2 hour broadcasts that some of these other cats do. But we thank you for joining us right here on the Value of Wrestling podcast. And I'm going to say it again because it's got to be said. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell for those notifications. Give us that big thumbs up. We thank you for joining us, and we hope we brought you the very best value in professional wrestling on the IWC. And good night.